All right, cool. I just connected to my Bluetooth. Bet.
All right.
I'm
And
about
we
to check them
are
out.
live, baby. You already know what it is. You got your boy King Josiah in the building. Josiah Willis. I'm here with my guy, Machine Gun Relly, Sir Rail. I shouldn't say his full name, though. Anyway, got Rail Riley right here. You know what I'm saying? About we talking about
Yeah.
dating, marriage, and divorce life. I have yet to date, I have yet to marry, and I have yet to divorce. But I know what it's like to be single. So here
No,
we
bro. No, you're not getting a divorce, bro. You're not getting a divorce. I have yet to date, marry, and divorce. No, bro. No. No.
go.
Yeah, this about to be one of them. This about to be one of them for sure.
Yeah, bro.
The facts, bro. The facts.
So, and yeah, I forgot to mention too. We got my guy, Just Call Me Monte, aka King Gigawatt, aka Try, aka I won't say his real name, aka BC.
BZ the people's champ. They already know what it is.
Bird,
AKA the biggest bird.
The biggest
bird.
bird you heard.
Yes, sir.
Facts.
And we are the live outlet. L with a Y to the V, no, just one V, with the E as we express an outlet, not an omelet, okay? Because we be eating
They
our
get it. They
breakfast.
get it.
You know
So this boy with his explanations, yeah. What are we doing
This
here?
this this man is explaining.
What are we
He broke
doing
out the
here?
Hebrew and the Greek.
Not omelet, but the omelet. You know, omelet. Oh boy.
Josiah here, like the word live is derived from the root word like
Right, yeah. That's hilarious.
Yeah, sir. So
Let's
we
go.
with it. Alrighty, man. So I'm gonna go ahead and just ask you guys questions. I know you guys have to share a lot. It's gonna be a lot of therapy, more of a session. So I'm gonna
Mm.
start off with Rail. Rail, take me back to what it was like for you when you first started dating.
first started dating.
Yeah, when you first,
Yeah.
let's say some years back. Like,
Yeah, man, that I actually feel like maybe you should ask BZ because I didn't do too much dating when I was young because my ex-wife and I have been together that long. Like we were
oh wow.
together at yeah, like we were each other's first a lot of things. So
Mm,
um fell in love, bro. Young age, got married.
that's dope.
Uh,
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So B, yes,
All
sir.
right, B, you got the floor.
I don't have an answer to that. 'Cause mine is kind of similar as well because I got married at 21. So
Hmm.
but the dating process, I really don't count. I don't really count dating in the eighth, ninth, and 10th grade stuff like that. Like you don't really count those.
Facts.
Those little puppy love situations. You know what I'm saying? You get a lot of those. I ain't really count those. Yeah, bro, that's tough. I don't. Unfortunately, I can't really answer that question. I don't know. What's the question again?
Oh, what was it like when you first started dating?
Oh, what was it like? I remember. It was it was a scare thing though. It wasn't really like a boldness to it. You know
Mm-hmm.
what I'm saying? Because you don't know the person you don't know. You know what I'm saying? The first person you start dating, you don't know if they ever kissed before because you never kissed before. You know what I'm saying? Stuff like that. You don't know if you ever held hands with a person at the mall before.
Yeah.
You don't know if that person you're in the first relationship with them or whatever. So it was a fun situation learning another person, but at the same time still being a kid, looking at people like, is it weird to hold this person's hand at the mall? Is it weird to, you know what I'm saying, to kiss this person on the cheek or kiss them at the movie theaters and stuff? You know what I'm saying? Like it was weird. It was because us still being like, you know how when we little and the little boys be like, ew, you got a girl? You fool with girls? Ew, look at that girl. You know what I mean? Like
Right,
it,
right, right,
like
right, right.
that phase when you get out of that, you don't know when you get out of that phase. Like when do you get out of that phase?
Wow.
Like ew, you know what I'm saying? Until the sixth, seventh, and eighth grade, because I think fourth in fifth grade, we still looking at girls like, yeah. And then sixth grade, we start playing around with them at gym and recess and stuff like that. So I don't think it really starts developing on somebody really liking a person and it counts to like maybe eighth, ninth grade. You know what I mean? But even with that, we still polluted by TV and what we see. So we just going all out trying to buy the girl all the candy from the store, taking her balloons and teddy bears to
I've been there.
school. You know what I'm saying? We over here wearing matching jerseys at the school. We taking pictures and you know what I'm saying? We going to the high school football games together and stuff like
Yeah,
that. Like that stuff was fun. It definitely was fun, but it was just fun because it's what everybody else was doing. I won't really count it as a real relationship, but a lot of people have gotten married through that and made it all the way still till this day. Like, oh, we've been married. This is my first crush, my sweet 16, my boom, 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 whatever, whatever. And I'm like,
yeah,
wow, that's deep. That's deep.
that's true.
You know what I mean? I don't have a whole roster. I didn't date a lot of people. I didn't date a lot of people at all. I think I probably dated a total of seven
Yeah,
people.
yeah,
Yeah. So I don't got no long roster, a long resume of
right.
me with a whole bunch of females. Like, no. All my relationships lasted for a long period of time because I wasn't one of those hopscotch cats. Or I'm gonna date her, then I'm gonna date her, then I'm gonna date her. No, I was never that guy. So
That's fair. Yeah, bro.
yeah.
Yeah,
I understand.
yeah.
Yeah. All right, Real. Well, let's go right here and take it back to you, BZ, once again. I'm going to ask you, man, when it comes to marriage, what did it teach you? You know what I mean? Like just being involved with marriage and seeing, how that experiences go. I've also heard that it never goes perfectly, of course. It's not meant to.
I'm
Um,
yeah.
what did you like learn from your previous marriage to what you have learned now?
Yeah.
I mean, from then to now. I mean,
The biggest thing that I have learned in marriage is if you're 100% ready to get married, that's not enough.
mm,
It'll never be enough.
that's
If
fair.
somebody's like, "Oh, are you 100%? Are you 100% sure?" If they say that, I still don't believe them. Like, no, you're not. You're not 100% sure. You don't know what you're giving up. You're literally giving up your side for the other side. And supposedly
Yeah,
the person on the other side is supposed to give up their side for your side.
Mm,
It works if they both sacrificing and giving up. But if
yeah,
both people ain't sacrificing, that thing ain't gonna work. You figure when y'all get married, y'all credit lines come together. So if I have good credit and she has bad credit, I have medium credit now because now we all on the same line.
send me.
medium.
People, you know what I'm saying? Like people's not, you know what I'm saying? People's not thinking like that. People's not thinking
Hey,
on
what's the credit like? Ask
people,
medium. You know.
Medium.
right? You know what I'm saying? Yo, like yo, they be like, yo, your credit line was at like 789. You was almost close to 800. Yeah, but I got married and she had a 428. So now I'm at like a six. I'm at like a 602. I'm like, what? Like, yeah. But people don't think of that. People don't think that when marriage actually happens, what actually comes together as a union, and it's everything.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's,
where real go?
that's crazy, bro.
Where did real go?
Did they ever go somewhere? Hold on, let me see.
He got off the phone.
He just got off the phone. Don't worry, you guys. We'll get him back in. There he is.
My
All right.
bad, bro. I have no idea what happened, bro.
Okay.
Oh
So
wow.
they kick you out?
Oh, you good? You good? You good?
Huh?
But yeah, but
All right.
people don't think people don't think from that way. Like it's a lot of things that connect when you walk down the aisle with that person. It's not just you.
Mm,
People don't understand that you sacrifice your body for the other person. Your body no longer belongs to you, it belongs to the other person, and vice versa. People don't think like that. People don't think that, oh well, I want to kick it with the boys, but then oh, I want to kick it with the girls, but oh, you know what I'm saying? Sometimes they put their girls over their marriage. Sometimes we put our boys over the marriage. So it's some things that I'm supposed to do, like take out the trash or wash the dishes. And since my homies is in town, I'm not taking out the trash or washing the dishes. You know what I'm saying? When I should be doing both and making that a he kicked out too.
Yeah.
When I should be doing both. You know what I'm saying? I should be making sure my priorities are straight at home before I do anything outside. But a lot of times everybody don't do that. So since everybody don't do that,
Hey,
you run
bro,
into those situations. Yeah, y'all. I don't
That's
know what's up with
facts.
y'all. Y'all keep leaving.
just kick me out.
Yeah, you keep getting booted. Yeah, but yeah, that's what it is. Like the priority of things. You know what I'm saying? Like we wake up in the morning and we
Give me
wanna.
one
You know what I'm
second,
saying?
my guy. 1 second.
Y'all see this? Make sure that he keep this in the clip. See how the host just gets off when he wants to get off and gets back on? This is the reason why we ain't want him on the live
Right,
outlet in the first place.
right. More like the dead outlet.
Yeah, this is the dead outlet. Oh my gosh, bro. This dude
The dead
crazy.
outlet.
This is a dead outlet right now. What is wrong with him? That's freaking
No power in
crazy,
the
bro.
socket. Dead outlet.
Nah, this dead outlet. We should have called it, man.
The facts. But on some real though, man, like that's real what you saying, man.
Yeah. Yeah,
Cause
bro. It's a sacrifice thing. It's a sacrifice thing on both sides. And I fell into that trap. My homies is in town, so I just don't do what I'm supposed to do. Keep my household in order. I'm over here not taking the trash out because my homie is in town, or not taking the trash out because I want to play video games, and putting everything over my household that I signed up for. Because when you sign up for it, regardless if you don't want to do it, it's stuff that you're supposed to do. Now, granted, we all ain't perfect, so all of us might fall short once or twice, couple times. You know what I'm saying, or whatever. The girls want to go kick it out with they girls. They don't come home till like 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning. Knowing good and well her husband is at home waiting for her at 9 or 10 o'clock at night, but she don't want to come home till 5 or 6 in the morning, or vice versa. We just went to a football game. The wife at home, she thinking the game is over at 11 o'clock. She's expecting her husband to be home at 12. He don't get home till like 5 or 6 because he feel he
Wow.
allowed to be out as late as he want to. Like, yeah, come
Yeah.
on. Like when you get married, you have to make that your top priority. And if you don't put that as your top
Yeah.
priority, it's not going to work. You know what I mean? A lot of times we make a lot of trips, outside events and all this stuff, and we don't even invite our wives or don't even invite our husbands. They feel some type of way about that. Even though they try to tell you that it's cool, you can't assume that they think it's cool, even though that's what they said.
Yeah.
You gotta move on the fact that they don't think it's cool and keep them involved in everything you got going on. Communication is a big thing. I was terrible in all of that, bro. I was
I got
terrible in
you.
communication. I was terrible in communication. I was terrible of not wanting to take my ex-wife everywhere. I didn't want to take her nowhere because I still had to feel still wanted to feel single or stuff like that or whatever. I was guilty of that. I was really guilty of that junk. Like, you know what I mean? Like, so when my marriage crashed, I put a lot of it on me. You know what I'm saying? And I'm willing to admit that a lot of it was my fault because I was on some nonsense, not being like bad or terrible or whatever, but at the same time being bad and terrible, and being in the church at the same time. So even when you are in the church and you hearing the word, don't mean that you following it. It just means you heard it. You
Hmm.
know the truth, though. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? You know the truth. You know what's right. You know what's wrong, and you make your choice. And then whatever happens, you lay in that bed. And I had to lay in that bed. Guys was looking at me like, "Oh, bro, you're terrible. I can't believe it." Try Beezy, the Christian rappers, out here doing this, and this, and he's supposed to be married, and boom, boom, boom. Like, you know what I'm saying? They could
Yeah.
have wrote that in a newspaper. How crazy it
That's
was.
true. That's
It got
true.
crazy. You know what I'm saying? But that's because me still trying to fit in. It's me still trying to, you know what I'm saying, not being happy where I was at because I felt that I was forced to a situation in the first place. That's a whole other conversation for another day. But I just
Sure.
felt that the situation that I was in, I was forced to actually be in it. Because if I would have thought it through more, I don't even think I would have made that decision. But if I wouldn't have made that decision, I probably wouldn't be who I am right now. So that's why I'm like, no, I'm cool. I'm happy with everything that I did. I mean, everything that I've been through because it made me who I am today. But like I said, like people who's married, who's got divorced or whatever, they know this stuff ain't easy. And that's why it's not easy to just hop back in one. People was like, yo, when the next time you gonna get married? I'm looking at them like, bruh, like what?
You know what it
Do
costs?
you know what you're signing up for? You know what that costs? And
Right.
not even talking about money. Like, do you know what the cost is to actually like, oh, I'm gonna sacrifice my life for my other person again? Hopefully this works out. You know what I'm saying? It's like,
Yeah.
but yeah, but I mean, I definitely want to do it again, and I think I'm going to do it again soon because I think I've lined up with the right person, and we're both in alignment and both in agreement on what's going on concerning the matter. But it took years, like 5 going on 6 years, for me to be like, all right, cool. It ain't never gonna be no 9 months or 1 year or two. Like, no, definitely take your time on those situations because you don't know what you're giving up. You're giving up a lot. And when I say credit, that's funny, but I'm dead serious. If somebody was really working hard to get a good credit score for they can get a car or a house and stuff like that, I would tell them to get the car and the house first before they get married.
Yep.
Facts, bro.
You know what I'm saying? Because especially if you're with a person who doesn't have good credit, because when y'all link that together, your credit is going to go down because they're putting both of your credit together. So now you're going to be focusing on a bill or your credit report that has nothing to do with you.
Yeah.
This has something to
Yeah.
do with her not paying the T-Mobile bill that went up to 1,500, and this is her and her ex, but it's on her line, and now you got to pay for it in order to get your credit line back in order. You paying for her and her ex's credit just to get
Yeah.
your credit back. You see what I'm saying? Like, but that's light. That's light on what marriage is really on. You know what I'm saying? I got to be on the same page for a lot of stuff. You know what I'm saying? And even if you're not all the way on the same page, you got to be on some type of page. Communication has to be had. You cannot be scared to talk to. Because I was in the relationship that I'm in right now. I had to tell my girl now that I was scared to talk to her and be open all the way 100% with her for the past 2 3 years because I thought that she would try to not yell at me because I don't really care about that. Like anybody will yell at me, but I'm saying like she's not going to understand what I'm talking about, or she
Yeah.
might leave. Or she might leave, or it might turn into a situation because there's a lot of men out here that don't like being single. So they're in relationships even though they don't want to be in them. They're
True.
just in them because they don't like being by themselves.
Brings a lot of insecurities, and then you got that
That's
hurt,
it.
Exactly.
got the trauma effect.
Exactly. Exactly. Yeah, a lot of dudes just don't want to be by themselves, and it's a lot of women that put up with a lot of mess from men because they don't want to be by themselves.
And then there's trust issues too.
Exactly. And
Hmm.
trust issue is a big thing because after you cross that trust line, it's hard to get that back. Even if you do get it back, you
Crazy.
might not even ever get that back. Ever. You might not ever get that back.
Hmm.
You see what I'm saying? Like it has nothing to do with. I seen a post yesterday on Facebook. It said forgiveness does not mean relationship,
Mm.
Yeah.
and it was pretty much saying I can forgive you, but that don't mean we got to have a relationship. That don't mean we got to
True.
be cool, but I can forgive you. That's it.
True.
That does not mean that we gotta. Oh, I forgive you. Let's get back together. Or I forgive you. Let's start kicking it again. Or I forgive you. Let's go to the video. Let's go play. Da, da, da. And that goes for any relationship, not even marriage. I'm talking about period. If you cross the line on me and I gotta forgive you, I have every right to be like, yo, yeah, I forgive you, but I ain't gotta be your friend no more.
That's fair.
Now you better say it.
You know what I'm saying? Like I
Facts.
forgive you, but at the same time, you did hurt me, and I gotta be smart on the situation because you can hurt me again if I continue to allow you to do that. It's my opportunity to be like, you know what? Nah, I don't really want to rock with that cat no more, and I'm allowed to say that. You know what I'm saying? So it's a lot. That marriage thing is not a
Woo.
joke. It's not a joke.
You
It's
Yeah.
not a
young
joke at
Yeah.
all.
things, bro. I mean, I have
No
different.
laughing matter.
I'm a young man, and I'm asking my grown folks, my big brothers in the house right about now, some advice and also too experiences. That's why I'm asking these questions so I can get a good grasp of what that's like when I go into my marriage, of course. But also for anyone who is viewing and watching this live outlet once again, I can listen to this and then take pieces of really really great relationship advice coming from BZ, of course. Um, I want to kind of like take this question, the same question I asked you, BZ, over to
Yeah.
Rail right now.
Uh huh.
Rail, the question I want to ask, the question I had asked BZ was, what did marriage teach you from then to what you know about up until now?
Yeah.
Man, that's such a loaded question, bro. Like I could go so many ways from good responses to dark responses. Um,
Hmm.
so I'll just say this, man. Um, my marriage, my marriage ended in a way that I would wish nobody's marriage would end.
Mm.
Mm.
It was tragic, and so what BZ just said about like forgiveness, like that's what I had to apply in my situation.
Mm-hmm.
So the answer that I can give you is it taught me to be more like Jesus.
Mm.
Yeah.
Wow.
When
Hmm.
yeah, I'm trying to say it the way that I feel it.
Sure.
It taught me what God feels. It taught me what God feels when we don't show him love, when we say,
Mm.
Lord forgive me, but we keep on sinning. You know what I'm saying? When we
Mm.
drift away from him, it's almost as if God wanted me to know how he feels when he deals with us
Hmm.
and
Uh-huh.
still have to love and still have to forgive. You feel what I'm
Uh-huh.
saying? And so like I've been put in a position where due to my situation and BZ knows it more specifically, um, I've been in a situation where with what went down in my marriage and what happened in my marriage, people would say, man, screw her, man, F this, the whole nine, right?
Yeah. Oh
But
Right.
yeah,
God will
fuck.
say, still love, still
Yeah.
Yeah.
forgive, still be there. You feel what I'm saying? So it's like I have to
Sure.
kill
Mm-hmm.
my flesh to still be a vessel of God, even though I dealt with a lot of hurt. Does that make
Uh-huh.
sense?
Makes ton of
Yeah.
sense, bro.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. Yeah. So
That's
of
it.
course, man, you learn a lot of things in marriage, but that like even throughout my marriage, not even just the end of my marriage, throughout my marriage, I you just learn how to take the weight, bro. Take the L in those arguments, still love through it, still forgive. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like
Yes, sir.
I
Yes, sir.
yeah, yeah,
You're not gonna win all
yeah,
the
for
arguments. That's
real,
one
bro.
thing. That's one thing you will understand that you will not win all the arguments. But you don't argue to win.
Yeah,
Like yeah, that's what you learn. Like you
yeah.
don't
That's
argue to
true.
win because you'll never get it. You'll never win.
Is
And that's all from a female side and from a guy side. You said what?
Yeah.
do you argue to compromise?
Uh, I think um, I think a lot of I think uh, the, a lot of arguments turn from a lot of arguments happen based off of regular conversation that turned to a debate that turned into pride issues on both sides, which turns
Sure.
into an argument.
Sure.
I say something, the person may not agree with what I'm saying. They try to put words in my mouth, like I said, whatever, whatever. I come off a little bit more aggressively, like, yo, that ain't what I said. Then
Yeah.
they say boom, boom, boom. Then all of a sudden, voices raised. Then it's like, all right, forget it. Somebody tries to walk away. Then the other person is like, no, why'd you walking away? This is da 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 da. Now the volume is hot, louder than that. Now all of a sudden, I'm trying to storm out, or she's trying to storm out. Arguments back and forth, button heads. Now you know what? I don't know why I wanted to be here in the first place. Well, you don't got to stick here. Da 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 da.
Yeah.
Then everybody starts saying bad stuff about each other and all this extra stuff. That's what it turns into. Something
Yeah.
based off of one little disagreement because you had a personal opinion about something and somebody around you or the person you're talking to wasn't in agreement with what you said.
It's like
And
watching
then
a chaotic brawl, though you're doing it with words.
exactly, that's exactly what it is. That's exactly what it is. So now I've learned to allow. I've learned to be slow to speak and listen more, but I also stand on my own to make sure that nobody's putting words in my mouth while they're talking.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Because you can get off and be like, yeah, because you said da 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 da. Unfortunately, I do have to interrupt and be like, yo, I didn't say that. Don't put words in my mouth. I didn't say that.
Sure.
But that would turn into an argument as well. Yeah, huh, that is what you said. Da 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 da. Boom, boom, boom. But at the same
Right.
time, it's like,
Yep.
do you let them rock out and continue to keep saying wrong words that they're saying that you said, or do you interrupt? Because as soon as you interrupt, see, you'll never let me talk. Boom, boom, boom. Turns into another argument. It's situations to where you have to sacrifice yourself by bringing yourself down completely to let the other person get their rocks off.
Mm.
Yeah.
That's showing signs of
By
respect. Like, all right, I'm gonna let you talk.
by the way, that's something about being single that I love. I don't like dealing with that, bro.
I feel you.
I don't. I don't miss that. I be hey. Can
Yeah,
I just be honest? Can I just be honest? Not trying to. Yo, if our sisters, we got to do better, man. Like we struggle with that.
Yeah.
Like
yeah.
I don't know what it is, man. But like that got to stop for real.
Yeah, but like I said, it's a pride thing. I think it's a pride thing. I think it's, I think it's the more and more, and this is so cliche, but the more and more you watch TV, more and more you watch social media, more and more you watch all this stuff, you start watching these bad girl clubs and all this extra stuff. You just start talking because you feel some type of way. So you feel you can talk to the dudes any old type of way and think that the dudes are going to take it. Like for example, let's say you got a girlfriend, Josiah, and
Yeah.
you and your girls arguing back and forth, and she just randomly come at you and just start mugging you in the forehead, knowing good and well you're a person who don't hit females, but she's mugging you on purpose because she knows you're not going to hit her.
Yeah.
Females have to stop doing that.
Yeah, bro. Yeah.
They have to stop doing that. But
Yeah.
they're doing it because they know the end result. I'm not going to get hit because he said he'll never hit me. He said he'll never hurt me. Soon as you raise your hand, oh, I thought you told me you'll never. You see what I'm saying? So it's
Yeah.
a
Yeah.
lose lose situation for the dudes a lot of times. It's a lose lose situation for the dude a lot of times. So you
Right.
got to watch that. When you start sensing things like that, run away from it. It doesn't matter what that girl look like.
And
Run
you
away from it because you do
coming,
not want to run into the
Yeah.
end result. Is not good.
I'm coming this
Yeah.
close. Open up a can of you know what? You know what I'm
I'm
saying?
telling you.
Can of tuna?
I'm
Do
Can
telling
of
you,
tuna?
bro.
that now, man.
Yeah, a can of tuna. A can of tuna. Facts, bro. I've been in those. I've been in all those situations, bro. I done been in cats to females who have knocked my hat off. Females who just keep mugging me back and forth and all. That. I done been in
I
all
already
that
have a
stuff.
crazy
I've
part.
been
I
there.
already have a solution. I already have a solution.
I've been
Right?
there. I've been, and I be telling them, I'm like, bro, you know that I watch wrestling, right? You know that. Chill out, bro. Chill.
Man, get that.
Yeah, chill, bro.
I am.
Chill.
Like, come here, baby.
Yeah,
Hey,
chill.
you know what I'm gonna do? You know what I'm gonna do? I already got me a solution. And the moment she mugs me with my face and I tell her to stop and she does it multiple times, I'm going to grab her, I'm gonna pick her up, and I'm going to get and I'm going to go outside and drop her out that way. I'm gonna come back and sit down.
That is not gonna work.
Bro, I'm
I'm
doing
trying
it.
to tell.
I'm
Listen,
putting my hands
I'm
on
trying. Look,
I'm gonna do that.
listen. Listen. I'm trying to tell you what's going to happen. I'm gonna walk down your situation. You said, okay, she's mugging you in your head. You said next time she mug me, boom, 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 whatever. She
No,
mugs you again.
no.
You,
What I said was if she
yeah,
repeatedly I'm
yeah,
mugging me, and that
yeah,
same day,
yeah.
I'm picking you up. Okay, you want to
And
go?
and then this
Want to
and this
fight
is what I'm
something?
saying.
Right.
And this is what I'm saying. As soon as you grabbed her, her brothers and uncles was already called. So you won't go right then and there. You're fighting. That's what's going to happen. Oh, he put his hands on me. He carried me outside, even though you made sure she didn't hit her head on the rail. She didn't hit her head at the door. Nothing like that. Right when you grabbed her, you put your hands on her. She's going to tell her dad, her uncles, her brother, all of them. Josiah just put his hands on me, and they're
Yeah.
pulling up on you. They're
Yeah.
pulling
Yeah.
up on you. See, if females do that to us, there's nobody pulling up to save us. But they know that. Or I get my brother on you. Or I get my uncle on you. I'm like, bro, you might want to call your uncle and your brother now. Because they're not gonna be able to make it if you hit me again. You're not gonna be able to make it. You're not gonna be able to make the call.
Mm.
You're not gonna be able to make the call if you put your hands on me again. But they do it on purpose. That's what females need to stop doing. You gotta stop putting your hands on these guys because you're gonna run into the wrong one who beats females for a living and get your head knocked off.
Crazy.
Hey, hey,
That's why you.
can I
Oh,
give you? Oh, my bad, Brian. I mean to cut you off.
oh no, no, I'm saying that's why when we're at the beginning stages of relationships, you don't make those promises. even though you're not going to
Yeah.
do it, you don't bring that up.
Never.
You don't bring it up. That's nothing that needs to be. That's almost an action thing. Prove to her that you'll never put your hands on her, but don't tell her I promise I won't put my hands on. Don't do that
No.
because if you accidentally have to do that, she's gonna purposely call somebody and say you put your hands on her.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
But I also know too, like how
Yeah.
God. I also know too, like which ones I want to get with and which ones I don't want to get with. So I already have a good mind as to which woman, which kind of woman I want to have. But even then, I also have to pay attention and be cautious.
man, I think it's in all
Yeah,
women.
bro.
But go ahead, Rail.
Yeah.
And I was gonna say this, man. If I can give a biblical reference on that, man. In Proverbs it says that it's better for a man to sleep on the corner of a roof than to be in the house with a quarrelsome wife. And so
Wow.
I
Mm,
yeah, that's Proverbs, man. And even though Proverbs is written by the wisest man ever lived, Solomon. And so, in other words, man, if you ever deal with that issue, luckily I've never dealt with that. I've dealt with situations where like my temper got taken to that point, but I was never like in a position where I had to like
Yeah, put hands up.
defend
Right.
myself. Yeah, so I would say in that situation, man, the best thing that you can do is remove yourself. And it may
That's
seem like
that's
it's a punk move, like, yo, this is my house. But I promise you, man, after a while, your presence is the best gift that you can give to your woman.
yeah.
And
yep.
when she can see that her attitude or how her ways is pushing you away, and you put your foot down and say, yo, I'm not dealing with this, like
She
the
changes.
humility is gonna come. It's gonna come.
Yes. Yep.
Yes, sir.
Yep. I'm a
Mm,
living witness on that right now. Living witness of that right now, man. When you put your foot down and let them know that you're not putting up with whatever no more, and
Mm-hmm.
I'll tell them like I'll sleep in my car or sleep on the street before I come in here and
Yeah.
literally do it. They'd be like, oh okay, all right, he's not playing, so I got to stop playing. Yeah, it's like that. But it gets to that
Mm-hmm.
point. But when it gets to that point, my question to everybody is: when it gets to that point, who is your God now?
mm,
Because you're
mm-hmm.
putting forth all that effort to argue back and forth with that person, but at the same time, you ain't talking to God about it at all because you arguing with them.
That's true.
You know what I'm saying? You arguing back and forth with them. You're like, oh man, but I want to go back to the house. Da, 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 da. But when you know what I'm saying? Like your relationship with them seems more focused on that than your relationship with God because you're going over, bending over backwards for them, yelling and screaming and doing all that for them, but you're not really even giving God any type of energy like that. Not yelling and screaming, but you're not giving them that type of time like you're giving her.
Hmm.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I mean, relationships is fun to be in, but at the same time, you got to stand on what you stand on, and you can't waver.
Mm.
Yeah.
You can't waver.
Hey, I'll say that, bro. Like, key point. I'm sorry not to cut you off. If I can say this real quick, going back to what you asked before, man. Like, what did you learn about marriage? I learned that, bro. I was married so young. I was I was getting to know who I was while being a husband at the same time. And
Yeah.
so I did a lot of things that were against my character, trying to please my wife.
Uh
You
Mm-hmm.
huh.
feel what I'm saying? And
Yep.
yeah, and so what you said, BZ, like stand your ground. Like
Yeah.
I wish I would have done a better job with that, bro. Because I was like, yo, happy wife, happy life. That's that
Yeah.
that's not no,
That's
bro. Do
bull
stuff
crap,
God.
bro. That's
Yes,
bull
yeah,
crap, bro. I'm gonna keep it a
yeah,
thousand, man. I'm gonna keep it a thousand. I went through that. I went through that season before too. Like you know what I'm saying, with somebody who drink and smoke. I'm not a smoker, but I just started drinking. I
yeah,
wasn't drinking a lot, but I was drinking enough just to be kicking it with them because I know that's what they do. So I want to do this, and this. Now,
yeah,
no, I don't want to do none of that.
yeah,
Even if I can and I know I can take it, I'm like, no, that's never who I was before. Why am I trying to do that
yeah,
now? And it's to the point to where the person that I was with or the person that I'm with said it like, yo, why are you drinking? This is not what you do. I didn't tell you to adapt to what I'm doing. Stop doing that. That's not what I'm with you with. You know what I'm saying? So I'm over, like
yeah,
you said, happy wife, happy life. But I'm over here thinking that that's what she likes is somebody like her, whatever. When in all actuality, she like, no, that's what I like about you. You don't do those things.
Yeah.
That's what I like. You don't do those things. Don't start doing that stuff just because I'm doing it. Like, no, don't do that. Yeah. So yeah,
that's
those
fine.
situations, bro. It's definitely that, man. Like you gotta stand your ground, bro. If you a person that's like, yo, I'm not a cusser, don't start cussing just because you around people who cuss. Don't cuss.
Yeah,
You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? Don't cuss. Don't smoke. Don't do nothing. It doesn't matter what everybody else around you is doing. If that's not what you doing, make them cats respect you, or you just move out the way. Find another
yeah,
crowd to kick it with.
Yeah, man. Cuss words be highlighting triggers, bro. They
Oh, bro.
like called out for being that. It's like, bro, at that point, it's like you okay. Now you really trying to damage my credibility, my character, and everything in between. And I don't want to even go. I don't even want to go through none of that. My biggest thing is definitely I'm not going to. Once again, I can't say I'm taking promises, but I would never want to put my hands on a woman. I would try to figure out what other ways could I help prevent not having to go there. But at the same time, I'm not gonna go out like no punk or
Yeah,
somebody take a
listen,
farm board, whatever.
listen, bro. And I would say that too. And I'm in agreement with that 1,000%. I'm just saying, like, just be mindful of how fast it comes because we don't be having time to think on how we reacting because of how fast cats just start ready to right in your face or shut up or boom, 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 like the disrespect. Like, yo, bro, I know you mad, but don't try to talk because this is one thing that I always told anybody that I was with, and if anybody's listening to this that I'm with or that I was with, they'll can attest to this. In this situation, and they get mad and they start talking to me like them cats on the street. I'm like, look, I'm not one of them. Don't talk to me. I'm like, don't call me your nigga. Don't call me your that because that's not how you talk to me any other time. So don't try to call me that now. Don't do that. Like I'm not him. I know you're upset. I know you're mad. Whatever, whatever. But what we're not going to do is try to communicate with me like I'm one of them cats that you're talking to on the street because I'm not.
Hmm.
I'm
Yeah.
not coming at you. I'm not calling you the B word. I'm not doing all that extra stuff to you. So out of that respect, bring that same respect to me, or we not having this conversation. That's it.
Sure.
facts,
But a lot of people just let, oh
facts.
no, well, I understand, I get it. It is what I mean. That's just a saying. That's why everybody just call each other the B word. It's just a saying. I'm like, man, bro, stop. That's whack.
Yeah.
I would never call any female the B word ever. I've never in my life have even in my cussing days back in the day. I've never called nobody the B word ever. Like, yo, that because it's just crazy. Like, what? That makes no sense to me.
I hate that
Yeah,
word. I hate that word.
And it kind of doesn't
yeah,
even really work for real if
Yeah.
they're calling each other that. If they're calling each other that, if you saying it, it's like, oh well, so what? It's like and if what word? It's the same word,
It's
but they're
like
calling each other.
it's when you're comfortable
yeah,
saying that you know at the end of the day you say it, he says it, he say she says like okay, blah blah blah.
Yeah, it's like
To me, I'm like,
yeah, it's like
bro, like that's not cute. You know what I mean? It's
yeah,
not
it's never been cute.
be
It's a
ignorant.
lot of things. It's a lot of
Oh
things
yeah,
it's
for
a
sure.
lot of things that we don't have to put up with that we choose to put up with because of the fact that we see somebody attractive or we just don't want to be by ourselves, so we just put up with it. We don't have to put up with none of it.
Man, bro, that's real.
yeah.
I love both of.
If
By
I
the way,
if I
answer this right quick. Go ahead, Rail.
man, my bad, bro. But before we get into the next part, man,
Mm-hmm.
if I could just end this segment with saying this: the best thing that you can do before you get into a relationship with anybody, especially us brothers getting into a relationship with a female, I promise, man, like let your relationship with God be solid. As simple as that may sound, bro. Like I can't tell you how many times, and this is no offense towards women, but this is biblical, man. I can't tell how many times in Proverbs we're warned against females.
Mm.
Yeah,
You never see where the Bible is warning a female against a man. I'm just keeping it real.
Interesting.
It's
right.
always it's always men. Watch out for a bad woman. Watch out for the promiscuous woman. Watch out for Delilah's, Jezebel's. And
Yeah,
so, like,
yep,
if you're gonna be in a relationship, like Adam had to watch out for his own wife. She was a
yeah,
good woman, you know. And so, like, if you're gonna be in a relationship with a female, like, make sure your relationship with God is solid because we are designed to be leaders. And if we're not aligned with God, our relationship is not going to be aligned, and everything's going to be in disarray.
yep. And the
Wasn't
piggy
Eve, by the way?
and the piggyback off that and we can end it. You definitely have the relationship with God has to be A1 like you said. but your relationship with yourself got to be on that same type of time. You got to
Bingo.
be able to make moves and make stuff happen, even if there ain't no woman there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
That's it.
yeah.
That's a whole. What I tell men, and I would tell you the same thing, Josiah, is what I tell men is make them want you by what you're doing. Don't go chasing after them. Make them want you based off of what you're doing. Oh,
Mm-hmm.
I'm attracted to Josiah because he got the podcast, or he's doing this, and I'm attracted to Rail because all this stuff. We're not doing this because of them. We're doing it because of who we are.
Yeah.
If we keep standing on who we are in God and who we are in ourselves, they'll just start flocking around us because they're attracted to who we are. The problem is every time we let a female come in, who we are it turns into who they want us to be
Yeah.
because of the fact that we don't have no strength to just stand on our own and be like, no, this is who I am, point blank, period. We always want to adjust and adapt because it's a beautiful woman that wants us to go do this. And I'm like, nah, bro, this is not what I do. This is what I do.
Mm-hmm.
This is it right here. If you don't want to take that, that's cool. There's a couple other dudes down there. Go holler at them. But I'm not going to keep moving. I'm standing
Yeah.
firm. So yeah, as long as your
Facts.
relationship with God and with yourself, you're 1,000%, bro, you're good.
Yeah.
You're good.
Yeah.
Facts.
I was going to ask, wasn't Eve the one to eat the fruit first before Adam did?
Of course.
Yeah.
Hmm. I wonder why.
Yeah.
So,
The females eat
um,
more than food.
yeah,
Females eat more fruit more than dudes. So I know I'm like,
That's
we
hilarious.
eat
um,
steak, they eat apples.
Hey, but look. Hey, look. Hey, but check. Sin didn't even enter into the world when they did it. It was when we lost our.
Mm.
yeah, yeah,
It was when we did it and lost our identity because our wives became our God rather than God Himself.
That's what I just said.
that's
Yep.
true. That's
Yes,
true.
Because
sir.
we stopped
Yeah.
standing on our own and started standing on what they wanted us to be.
Yeah. You know what? D1
Yeah.
has an album. I think he did a sequel to it as well. He has an album called God and Grails, and
Mhm.
the concept is that if it's not about God for a lot of people, or they don't believe in, it's about woman. Like men seek out woman. Well, of course, if you're not, if your sexuality, depends on that, right? But at the same time, if you, I hope I'm not offending people when I say I'm just telling the truth. Like, it really depends. But at the same time, if it gets to, I want to say, to the point of um contention. Damn, I'm losing my train of thought for some reason. I'm losing my train of thought. Uh, what was I talking about again?
You good, bro? You talking about God and girls?
Yeah, so D1 had an album, and in the line of the first, like, I think it's the title track is actually the last song on the album. I think it's like 10 songs. And he says, if it ain't about God, it's about these girls. He said, if it ain't about God, it's about these girls. They rule the world. And I think I have to agree with that. I don't think, now granted, we do things. We do offer, so much for some and whatever have you. So I don't think we don't hold our own, but oftentimes women do move. I think sometimes a lot faster than we do. But then again, I don't know if that's true or not. I'm just saying I'm based off of some things mind wise.
Faster as far as what?
Hmm. Driving.
Driving.
That's why.
I
Hey,
don't
hey, keep it 1,000. Keep it 1,000. That's a lot of
know. Go ahead.
that's a lot of the reason why a lot of
I'm,
men don't
I'm
let
not
their
right.
women drive their car.
Say again.
Eh?
I said to keep it 1,000. That's a lot of reasons why a lot of men won't allow their women to drive their cars.
Mm,
Like I ain't even being funny. Be dead serious. Like females be out here with their foot on the lead to the floor in somebody else's car, not in theirs.
hmm.
Yeah, it's a fact.
Yikes.
It's a fact. I can call a couple dudes and be like, "No, I ain't never let my girl drive my car.
Sure.
I put my 20-inch rims on my joint. I came back, my whole side was scraped because of the woman just driving however she want to drive. She's not. She's
Had a
not.
20 inch
She's
scrape.
not like. Yeah, like, you know what I'm saying? Like she's not. the way that she take care of a child is not the way that not the way that she would take care of a car. Like we would take care of a child, like we would take care of our car like it's our child. They're not thinking of it like that.
Mm.
See what I'm saying? Like a dude is always getting their car detailed. He want to put rims on it, want to put a sound system in there. Females, they always want to dress their kid up, take pictures, post it on all that extra stuff. So you're not going to treat it the same way.
That's fair.
That's
Yeah,
facts.
they're not going to do it.
I heard you.
Hmm. Alrighty. So we have said a whole lot about dating, marriage, and now we are going to get into probably the most heaviest of topics to address. The word is called divorce. So,
Mm,
BZ, you have been through it, and
yeah,
Rel, you have been through it. I don't want to go as far as to say, well, it's recent, you know what I mean, but at the same time, you have been through it yourself too. Uh,
yeah.
and once again, I'm not trying to, expose anything. Y'all can be as private as y'all want to be. Y'all don't gotta tell it all. You don't have to, go over so long to address it. Just, do it the way you want to do it. However, so the question I want to ask you guys, having gone through divorce, was it good for y'all or was it bad for y'all?
Um, there's a saying, um, or an example that I seen somebody do. They had salt and pepper. They glued it together, and they made the two condiments become one, like a marriage.
Mm-hmm.
But when the divorce hit, they tried to pull it apart, and pieces on both sides broke off both sides. So you took a part of that person, and you took a part of yourself, and that person took a part of you and a part of themselves because it never splits evenly.
Mm.
See what I'm saying? Like the
Yeah.
connection is a real connection. When you get married to a person, when you divorce that person, they're still on you.
Hmm.
It's not an even. That's not an even split. It don't go all 50-50. We right
Yeah.
down the middle. It's good. We're good. No. When you split that thing that was actually binded together by God, you split it. They're going to take some of you,
Hmm.
and you're going to take some of them.
Yeah.
That's it. And that's a true statement. That's a true statement. I feel I left some good and some bad in my marriage that I got a divorce for. I think I left some good and some bad out of it. Um,
Hmm.
have I become a better person? Yes. Am I the same person as this last time? No, because I feel that who I was ripped apart and left there. So I had to create or redefine who I am now to be whole again.
Hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like I had to rebuild another body, pretty much, if you would want to say, because there
Hmm.
was a lot of things, like I said, that I was attached to, as far as that person and me, vice versa. That person pulled away some stuff, and same thing. It's just when you divide onto something that you stay in a holy matrimony type situation, it's not supposed to be even. It's not supposed to be an easy split
Hmm.
because of the fact that it's not supposed to be split. That's why it was glued together.
That's real, Brody.
See what I'm saying? Or not even glue. You can say cemented together. Whatever that's not supposed to be broken together, whatever it is, it was never supposed to be broken. So
Yeah.
when it is broken,
Yeah.
it's not going to be broken right down the middle, and then you can just hand it to just two different people, and it still looks like the two individuals that was. No, it's not going to be like that. It's going to be damage on both sides. And when you get into another relationship, they tell you to fix those damages first. Ace bandage yourself up, heal yourself first before you go there. Because when you go to another person damaged, you're not even 100%.
Hmm.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
That's
But a
facts.
lot of people hop in from one relationship and go straight to the next and just think that it's supposed to work. I.e., I tried to do that. It didn't work. I tried for 5, 6 years and was wondering why it wasn't working, why it wasn't working. It was because of how it was put together and because I didn't heal off of the prior situation because I went straight into it. So they wouldn't be able to get the best me anyway. They got to hurt me in the first place.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
The fuck?
So yeah,
Yeah.
so the split up, the divorce and stuff like that. Like when you split up in a regular relationship, it's cool. That hurts as well, but it's not glue.
Mm.
Yeah.
So since
Yeah.
it's not glue, you can you know what I'm saying. You can wipe that off. You can rub that residue
Yeah.
off a little bit and be all right. But when it's glue and sealed together, it's not supposed to be split apart.
Mm.
That's why when they say what God put together, let no man put asunder, that's legit. Because when the man try to split it apart and you allow it to be split apart, it's broken. Now we have our reason. So even if we have our reasoning on why we do it, it's still it's still a hard split up, regardless if you have every right. Regardless because you put years in with that person. So you still got to heal off of a situation. You going from like for myself. I was married from 21 to 30. I'm going from being in a house with a woman and four kids to actually moving in with my brother with nobody. My no crib, just my brother. Yeah, just my brother's crib. No furniture, no nothing in the room with no nothing. I just left a four-bedroom to a room with nothing.
Wow.
Nothing.
Wow.
All because of my mishap and my mistake. My mishap, my mistakes, and me not trying to go back and fight for the situation because I just wanted to quit. I just gave up and was just like, no, I don't really want to. Whatever, whatever. It put me in that situation. You know what I'm saying? And she didn't benefit from it. I didn't benefit from it. The kids didn't benefit from it. The kids had a father for 8 years. Now all of a sudden they act like I wasn't even there. Those is division. Stuff that's ripped apart that I had to deal with. To be like, yo, I try to reach out and be like, hey, no, you ain't my dad. I see how you did my mom. I don't even want to talk to you no more. I call you by your first name. You're not my dad. You know what I'm saying? Stuff like that.
Mhm.
You cannot be like, I can't be like, oh, well, that's fine. That's cool. No, I was just with you for 8 years. That's not cool.
That's not cool.
I'm going to feel some type of way. I
Nearly
was
a
on the
decade.
football field. You know what I'm saying? I watched you graduate. I helped you get here. I was
Yeah.
there when your first did. I was there for their first dad. I was there for all of this. Now all of a sudden, since me and your mom is not together no more, I get treated like boom, boom, boom because of my decisions.
Hmm.
Division. It's
Yeah.
never going to be perfect because it's not supposed to be.
No.
Yeah.
Because it was never supposed to be split up in the first place. That's why I tell people like, yo, if you're gonna get married, don't even play around with it. Don't play with it. If you're gonna get married, be here, be
Oh
there,
yeah.
and don't go nowhere. You know what I'm saying? But like I said, it makes sense. It makes sense when people don't stick around because there's certain situations that I feel it's like, yo, me personally, I'm not Jesus, so I'm not gonna forgive you all the way like he would on this situation. I'm not him. So if you just got done doing this with this person behind my back and I just found out about it, I'm cutting you in half. That's it, and I'm done. Oh well, what about you forgiving me? Yeah, I forgive you, but we ain't got to be in no relationship. I don't have to do nothing. I don't care what nobody say. If I don't want to put up with that, I'm not going to.
Hmm.
It doesn't matter what church I go to or whatever. And they tell you, hey, well, you should fight for yours. No, because if I was fighting for it the whole time before you even did this.
Yeah.
See
Yeah.
what I'm saying? I was fighting the whole time, thinking that we both was fighting together. But behind the scenes, you over here fooling with Joe Schmo. I'm like, nah, bro. I'm done fighting. It's over. I'm not fighting nothing no more. I'm not doing that. You know what I'm saying? Like, and my situation was a lot different because I was the person who dropped the ball, came in a house and admitted it and exited my own self instead of listening to her and being like, no, yo, we can work it out. We can work it out. I hurt myself so bad, I dipped out of the situation. I tried to find a way of escape and dipped out myself instead of just sitting back being like, oh no, well you can work it out. If she's saying that you can work it out, you can work it out. I'm like, no, forget that. I don't want to work it out because I feel that if I stick around, I'll do it again and again and again. So I feel the answer is instead of me fixing who I am and my problem and my flaws, I just eliminated myself from the situation.
Hmm.
That's not the answer.
Yeah.
But I thought that's what the answer was.
Hmm.
And it was all well and good. So I went to that court hearing. And then the judge was like, "Yo, is your wife gonna come so we can sign this paperwork?" And I'm like, "Yeah, no, she's not. She's still out in Wisconsin, so I'm gonna do it myself." And the judge was like, "Oh, that's fine. It's cool. These women don't never show up anyway. It's a good thing you're getting a divorce." I had to step up for my wife the day I signed the papers. The day the divorce was final, I had to be like, yo, don't talk about my wife like that. The
Hmm.
day that I'm signing, I'm like, yo, it's over. But the judge want to come at her sideways, and she's not even here to defend herself. I'm sitting there like, no, don't talk about her like that. This has nothing to do with you.
That is
Like,
crazy.
chill out. See how I still defended her?
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? I didn't have to do that. I could have just been like, man, get out of here. You right, bro. Ha ha ha. This is funny. No, I still was connected to her,
If
even
anything,
with the divorce
it's
going,
a lot
even
more
with divorce being
anything.
final. Huh?
What for?
You said what?
If anything, that make you a lot more immature, and then be like, what for?
Yeah. See what I'm saying? So I'm just like, in my head, I'm like, nah, bro. I'm not gonna let you disrespect her. I'm not gonna let you do that.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
we're not gonna let that rock. I'm not letting that slide. You thought it was a joke. It's not even funny. This ain't even no laughing matter right now. I'm here for a divorce on a situation that, in my head, I believe that should never even happen. And I'm the person
Yeah.
that's signing the situation, paid for the whole thing, and made it happen because I was scared to stand up to my problem
That's good.
instead of trying to fix my problem, so I wouldn't even have to do that.
Mm-hmm.
You see what I'm saying? Like, I'm a whole different person now. That was like 10 years ago, but still,
Hmm.
it was. You know what I'm saying? Not perfect whatsoever. You know what I'm saying? And I can admit that. I can admit that, bro. The road been rocky, but it was supposed to be because of the decisions that I made.
Mhm.
Yeah.
You know what
Mhm.
I'm saying? Yeah.
That's
So yeah,
real.
divorce ain't easy. Divorce ain't easy at all. But it's not no easier than being married. Divorce and marriage is the same thing. As far as energy, bro, your energy gets sucked out either way, married or divorced. Your energy just gets sucked out.
Mm.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah, bro. You just gotta, you know what I mean? It's a love thing, bro. And I still got love for the person that I was married to. I'm not in love with my the person that I was married to, no. But I still got love for her. I still remember her birthdays. I still remember, you know what I'm saying, fun times we had. I'm never gonna forget that. That was 8 years. She
Yeah.
had my last name. What the heck? Come on, you know what I'm saying? Like, come on. There's no way I'm gonna forget that.
Yeah, Brody.
You know what I'm saying? So that's a hard to move on situation. But when you choose to do so, you have to.
I had a teacher recently. I'm not gonna name her name. From when I had my interpersonal communication class last week. Just so you guys know, I'm in college. This is my dorm. I attend Wright State University right now. I'm in Dayton, Ohio. Fairborn is where I'm at, and I attend college around here. I have
Stop lying. You
classes.
in the projects.
Right.
That boy Josiah about to get robbed. You telling everybody his business. He about to get
Right.
robbed and everything.
So this is my address at blah 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 blah.
Hey, y'all, I'm Josiah. I got 10,000 in the bank.
Right now, I got a matter of fact, I got 10,000 in the cupboard right behind me. Room 207. Y'all want to pull up?
Right.
I'm like, what?
I got J's on.
Man, crazy. Ebony
My
got
social
on him
security
earlier
number
when he was on.
is.
Ebony got on him earlier when he had on his jewels. He had his chain on, had his bracelet and everything. She was like, "What are you doing, flashing all crazy? Who do you think he is?" That joke was funny. That joke was hilarious.
Come on, Josiah.
No.
He was icy.
um. So y'all goofy, bro. So last week I had my class and my teacher mentioned something that was very interesting. She was married to her husband, and they had a divorce. I want to say some years back, but they've been married for a long time. And part of the reason why she ended up deciding they couldn't work out is because there were things that he didn't agree with on both sides with her. And there was a lot of different things that kind of like play. I'm not gonna speak too much about the marriage, but sometimes in life it comes down to a point of irreconcilable differences. It could be a misconduct issue. It could be something along the lines of cheating on your partner and whatever have you. Whatever it can be, sometimes divorce just leads to a person just wanting to go their separate ways. And it's sad, it's unfortunate, but it's life. You know what I mean? It's real life. So that's why I asked this question.
It
And now
is.
with saying all that, I want to get towards Rail's aspect of what he wants to talk about. But once again, Rail, you don't got to push too much on saying a whole lot. You can just say however you want to feel it.
Facts.
Mm.
You want me to go now?
Yeah.
Yep.
Your turn.
Okay, got you. Man, I'll be very honest, bro. Beezy hit the nail on the head, man. Dotted every I and crossed every T. Like
Yeah.
absolutely. And he, only thing that was missing for like he said exactly what the scripture means. Like when Christ said that he hates divorce, it wasn't necessarily saying it's a sin to get one. He just said that he hates it due to the fact that we say we're glued together. Christ
Yeah.
says that we're one, and a divorce is a bloody amputation.
Yep.
That's Christ's description on what a divorce is, man. And so like when I filed, when we separated and I filed for divorce, man, um, it's almost like it's like a funeral. You know what I'm
Yep.
saying? Like
Hmm.
no matter what caused the divorce, like
Yep.
how BZ said, you still had those beautiful, precious times together.
Yep.
And I think the closer I got to like actually filing the divorce, the more real it became, and the more
Yep.
vivid the memories became, and the more
Yep.
I'm thinking like, well, dang, man, you're like real. This is just me being very honest and open, man. Like you start having thoughts like, well, dang, bro, like I wonder who she gonna meet now. You know what I'm saying? Like I
Yep.
wonder if her life will be better without me. Like was I a hindrance in her life? Like you have so many thoughts when you have a divorce, bro, because you really love that person. At least I
Mm-hmm.
did.
Yeah.
I
Yep.
really, with my entire heart, loved my
Yeah.
wife, and so to make that decision was it's literally a pain that's indescribable, and the funny thing is when I talk to people about it, like my bros, people be like, "Oh, bro, I trade places with you, man. My wife getting on my nerves. Shoot, I wish I was single and young and a businessman. And look at you, man.
Mm.
You doing good. On the outside, it look like, oh, I'm free and I'm about to
Right.
get out here and fight. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? But on the inside,
Yeah.
bro, I
Crush.
love my wife, bro.
Yep.
I love my
Crush.
wife.
That's
Yeah,
dope. That's dope.
it's like somebody
Give it.
died, bro. Like
Yep.
that's exactly how I feel. Somebody died.
Yeah.
Yep. Give
And
it
you're
all
mourning.
up to
You're
start to
mourning,
give
bro.
it
You're
all
grieving
up
all
to
throughout.
fix the problem.
Yeah.
We'll give it all up to fix the problem. I'm like, yo, I'll give it all up to fix the problem. Some people would say that.
Yeah, bro.
Like to have my wife back, that's what some people would say. To have their wife back, they would give up whatever they got going on that they feel that people feel is popping. I get that up to make sure my marriage is go.
Hmm.
Some people that'll do that. Some people that'll do that for sure. Yep. And like you said, the funeral, that's a real situation, man. And you feel every process. The whole file, the whole filing for divorce, that's a whole nother mourning situation. Then actually
Yeah,
having to be there to fill out the paperwork, whole nother mourning situation. Because it's all not done at the same time. So it's a process.
yeah,
I can see if
yeah,
you file for the divorce, you sign the papers, everything get done that same day, and you can get over that stuff the same day. It don't work like that though. You file, then they wait for like a couple months before they send the paperwork out. But first, you even got to separate from her. So I'm like, all right, well, we don't stay together no more. All right, so to separate, you feel some type of way. Then you like, yo, I want a divorce. That's a whole other situation. Then you file for the divorce. Then it's a whole other situation. Then the divorce, you sign the papers, and it actually happens. It's a process. It's
Yeah.
definitely a process. It's definitely a process. It's not a fun process, and I don't care if anybody who's listening that was happy and like, oh no, I can't wait to get this divorce. You say that because you feel everybody around you want to hear that, but inside you're lying.
yeah,
Hmm.
You're lying, regardless if you was the one that did the damage or the damage was done to you. Just like Rail said, and just like I said, there were good times because if there weren't good times, you would have never got married to that person in the first place. So
There you
don't
go.
not try to hold that person accountable off that whatever one incident or a couple incidences and try to make it seem like oh they were the worst ever. Because if they were the worst ever, you would have never married them. So don't do that.
Yep.
yep, yep.
Yeah, that's a fact.
Yeah, man. Yeah. I love that we covered this, and you know why? Even though some people might deem this to be sad, depressing, and oh, why are we here? Why are we talking about the negatives of dating and marriage and divorce? It's not so much about being negative; it's so much about being able to express your vulnerability. And I feel like you two have done this beautifully well, even though I'm sure there still is some pain there. There still is some hurt. There still is some heartache for y'all loved ones, and rightfully so. I just feel
Yeah,
like if anything, God is telling you guys at the end of the day, like y'all needed we needed to do this. And I think that's one reason why this is called the live outlet. Yes, it may have a funny twang or a name towards it, but at the same time, this is what we do. We come out of our shells and we let it be known how we feel. And
Right.
I think y'all did a good job, really a really wonderful job expressing not only advice for me, not only tips, not only gems of which y'all have learned. Y'all have expressed the upsides and the downsides, but y'all are telling it in a realistic, authentic way that most people sometimes would. If you're not taking this into account, you're going to overlook it. You're going to overlook over the surface
Right.
of what's being addressed right about now, because really what's being addressed is very, very key and important for all involved. In case you are either single, dating, well, I'm single by the way, dating, or are in marriage, or you're going through the process of divorce. And I know it sucks, but it will get better. And matter of fact, speaking of wanting to get better, Bees, Rel, do you guys have any advice for those who are in the process of either dating, marriage, or going through a divorce?
My advice is for everybody to not get in relationships ever. Be by yourself. Sorry, no, I'm
Yeah.
playing.
Be alone. Be
No,
alone.
but the key, well, it's not really a key because even though these situations happen, it can still not work. But whoever you find, and you make sure you dissect them person all the way to a T, and become that person's best friend before the situation even goes even further. Because even with that, you could be a person's best friend and it still don't work.
Mm,
So at the same time, but reason why I say dissect that person is because it might not be the person. It might be the people around them that's affecting them, that's influencing them to do things that you know that they won't do around you. So do you want to be hanging around? Do you want your wife or do you want your husband? Do you want your girlfriend or do you want your boyfriend to be hanging around with people who's single who want to go out to the bars all the time? Who's single who
mm,
always want to go to the strip clubs all the time? Who's single who always wanted to go to bars and drink and be around guys with little to nothing on? Or dudes who always want to be up to go see what the girls are doing. Do you want to do that? Do you want to be in a relationship with somebody who always wants to go out with their friends to show off with their friends? Do you want to do that? And this is the thing. You learn that in the midst of the relationship that you're in. Because in the relationship, you'll find out who that person is hanging with. You know who their best friends are. And you cool with that person's best friend? And if you're not cool with that person's best friend, do you have the guts to actually tell them like, yo, I don't really like you kicking it with this person because the influence that they bring onto you, it kind of jeopardizes our relationship. And
mm.
what would you say if they don't agree or they agree with what you're saying? Do you have the guts to bring that up to her? Do you think that she's going to choose you over her friends, or is she gonna say, "Well, my friends was here first, so I'm just gonna go with my friends"? You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of
Yeah,
stuff that you need to find out first before you even jump this situation. Because if you jump this situation without knowing that, then all of a sudden your friend is kicking it with all these people, your girlfriend or your wife is kicking it with all these people, or your husband is kicking it with all these people who's single and they do single work. You know what I'm saying? They out doing single livelihood stuff that
hmm,
people in relationships shouldn't be doing. You might not want to be in a relationship like that because you see that the influence that they have, the influence that the single people have in this person's life that's not single. You might not want
yeah,
to be in that.
yeah. That's real.
They
That
could
is
be a
real,
cool
bro.
person. They could be a cool person, but at the same time, the people that of the people that they're with, of the people that they're cool with, is more influence than what they are to them. You might not want to do that.
Mm.
You see what I'm saying? Like you might not
Yeah,
want to do that because that's not
this
fair.
is interesting, bro. This is
Yeah,
one of the most interesting, I want to say, episodes we've done so far. Only because right now we're kind of like 2 episodes in, or 3 episodes in, and then
3 episodes in now.
that's
Yeah,
crazy, bro. So like, I feel like with this topic, I'll definitely look back on this and be like, man, I can come back to this and pick out like things to learn from, and definitely summarize and analyze what I was going through when asking you and Beezy, I'm sorry, you and Rail questions By the way, how did I do? I do all right?
You did good, but I'm trying to find out where Rail is because he's gone.
Me too. Where did Rail go, bro? Is it his phone? Let me see.
I don't know. Well, because your phone did the same thing and kicked you out too, so I don't
It
know.
did kick me out. I don't know why it kicked me out like that. Oh, jeez. Let me see. I don't know if I can get Rail back in because I would love to have Rail's take towards the end, but maybe his phone probably went out. No telling, maybe something may have happened with his phone, or someone may have called him and it's an important phone call. Let me see. Those are my only best guesses, bro, for the most part.
Right.
Yep. It just, I don't know. His phone was not, it's just because typically he came back quicker when he came back to join on in.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Just gotta continuously wait, man. But yeah, BZ, I definitely commend you, bro, for wanting to talk about this after we talk about the WWE stuff.
Oh
So,
yeah, fact.
that was really fun.
Yeah.
It was really, really fun. And by the way, Dominic Mysterio is not the worst wrestler in the world.
Is he still recording? Yeah. I would put a clip. If I was you, I would put a clip in this joint. And they'd be like, "Who is this dude with the ball?" Like, yeah, he's terrible. Dude is
Right.
terrible. Watch this dude match. Like, he's a waste of time and talent. Like, it's ridiculous. He's only here because his dad is here. Other than that, he wouldn't even be
I
here.
cannot. Let me see.
Get this bum Zozo out of here. Where's Eb at? Who that, Rail? There you
Yeah, that's
go.
real. Let
Yeah,
me see.
my bad,
Yeah,
yo. Bro,
Nah, you're fine, G.
it's so the clouds are so thick, bro. The connection went out in the middle of me driving.
Nah, it's all good. It's all good.
The facts. What was your question?
So I was asking, based on the topics we have addressed so far, with regards to where it means being single, dating, marriage, or going through a divorce, what advice could y'all give the listeners that have tuned in for this episode?
Got you.
Already answered, bro.
Yep, B's answered very thoroughly. Great answer, by the way.
Man, I can't wait to go back and listen, bro, because the doggone connection not kicked me out. But my only advice will be what I said earlier, man. This goes for both the man and the woman. Please, and I say this from experience, please, please keep God first in your lives and first in your relationship. Or it may seem like it's beautiful and it's amazing, but it'll crumble. God has to be the center. God has to be the first, the last. He has to be all up in your relationship if you want it to last, bro.
Right.
That's it. Like that's my only advice based off of my experience. Facts.
There we
Yes,
go,
sir.
bro.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Dope answer, Brody. Dope answer. All right, before we go right ahead and conclude, I'd like to give out my social media right quick, starting first. If you can follow me at Facebook, just look at my name, Josiah Willis. Go to Instagram. I am King, I want to say _ Josiah 1168. And from Twitter, you go King Josiah 168 on Twitter.
Wow.
BZ?
Man, follow me on IG. Just call me Monty. Facebook, Montel. Just call me Monty McNeil. My other Facebook, just call me Monty. My music page, Watch City Enterprise, or Watch City Worldwide,
Yes, sir.
ENT on Facebook. Follow me on FOC Enterprise, F.O.C _ Enterprise on Instagram. TikTok, Monty, what is it? Monty King Gigawatt, I think. I forget. I
One
got
of
so
those names,
many
yeah.
handles.
Names.
I got so much stuff going on. I might just have to put it in the comments. I'm gonna put it
Yeah.
in the comments and y'all find it in there. I'll figure it out.
Sure. I'm also, by the way, too, you guys also know that I also have a nerd YouTube channel. 2 YouTube channels, actually. My name is Josiah Willis, so look up Josiah Willis. I do music reactions from time to time. I think I'm one of the best out there. Okay.
And he's not. It's terrible. Y'all make sure y'all don't follow that. It's horrible.
Yeah, or
Right.
leave negative comments.
Yeah, please. Give him enough thumb down that YouTube kick him out.
Right.
I'm done.
I don't know if YouTube do that. Do YouTube do that? Do YouTube do that? If you get a lot of negative comments, they kick you off.
I don't know. Do
I wonder if
they?
they
They
do
do
that.
that?
I don't know.
I never heard that. Okay, that's
So look, man,
interesting.
I never heard that either.
That's hilarious. Also, also, follow me. Well, also sub to my other YouTube channel. I have a podcast that is called the King Life Podcast, alongside my good friend and fellow co-host Anthony Lombardo. BZ, you got some YouTube channels too?
Yeah, I do. I got the original. The original.
The
I got the
original.
FOC. I got the FOC Enterprise. Dang, is that what it's called? FOC Enterprise YouTube channel, and I got the official Just Call Me Monty page uh, YouTube channel, and I got a Volume 3 mixtape dropping on the 22nd of this month. They
Yes,
drop the 22nd
sir.
of every month, so like 2 more days is coming. So we got some bangers on that thing, and then I got Vault Volume 3 coming out next month on the 22nd, and Monty McFly mixtape dropped April 14th. So April 14th and April 22nd. So you get spoiled with 2 projects next month. Got a lot going on, man.
They both
Follow
are
me
gonna
on
be
yeah.
fire.
Just call me Monty. Follow me on Spotify. Follow me on Tidal. Follow me on Apple Music. Follow me everywhere because I'm everywhere. You never there.
Ha.
Yes, sir.
That's it.
All right, really plug in your social media and if you have any YouTube channels as well.
Absolutely, man. You guys can follow Jesus right now. Go ahead and lift your hands. Follow.
Okay, Ebony. All right, Ebony.
He's
Hey,
all right,
yo. Hey, yo. That's hilarious.
Yeah, but real talk, man. If you have not given your life to Christ, man, get that done. You feel me? But yeah, you
Get
can
it on, bro.
feel me, man. You can follow me on Instagram at Rail Riley and a Rail Cut. That's my barbershop page. You can subscribe to the Espen Rail podcast on Apple and Spotify, and then if you subscribe to Rail Riley on YouTube, you can catch all of my or a lot of my podcast episodes on YouTube as well. So, yes, sir.
Yeah, there. Let's get it.
Mhm.
Subscribe, like, comment, and people, please go about your way trying to share this episode to your friends, your family, associates, even the ones who like you, the ones who don't like you. Just share it. Just share it to amongst everybody. Everybody needs to hear this message. Period.
Mhm.
All righty. Is we out?
Yeah, because we need to do another episode after this. So go ahead. And this one, and then do another.
You for real?
I'm hot now. I'm hot right now.
Let's go.
I got to charge my whole car, and the charge spots is dope.